What if I told you that doing one thing would statistically give you a better chance of making money, making even more money, and then keeping that money? Now, I'll be honest, it's a common trick that a lot of people in the industry use to lure you into a video or a sale of some sort without a lot of statistical backing or historical evidence or data. But today, you are in luck, my friends. Not only am I not trying to lure you in for a sale of some sort, I actually have statistical data to back up what we're going to talk about in this video. Not saying from my experience and then not giving data on my experience. I'm going to literally pull data from a study and we're going to talk about it. Incredible. Now, I would normally actually have a sponsor for the video, but in the case of this example or this topic, they would not approve of what I'm saying. So I have to do this on my own, which then I guess gives me the pass to say that this is financial advice, right? Definitely not, but the data is cool. So I would advise you to listen and then use the data or use the information as you see fit and make your own financial decisions like always. So what was this thing that traders did that led to the increased probability that they would be able to profit from their day trading in the markets? They specialized. These traders specialized. Now, according to the cross-section of speculator skill evidence from day trading, the study right here, which I believe is out of Taiwan from May of 2011. This is actually a common study that a lot of people will pull up and talk about. However, people take bits and pieces, and this is a different piece from that study. So if you dive down to page 21, which I will link the study in the video description box underneath the course sale and the... No, I'm kidding. No, I will link it down below. And so what they did was they took a wide range of people, day traders in Taiwan, I believe, and they tested a lot of things. One of those things, to make this as simple as possible, because I don't want to, you can read the whole study yourself, but it's a 38-page study, which is not that insane, but also there's a lot of information there. But they tested specializing in kind of two ways. One of those ways was essentially taking the five most traded stocks and taking a deeper look into how the traders performed in those stocks, which really is just to see, okay, like if you trade a small group of stocks and that's all you trade, do you do better than someone who trades like a lot of different things? And then they also tested to see if they specialized, like people who specialize in day trading versus like, I guess, swing trading or holding longer. Or like investing or whatever, being more active as an investor, which that is a topic for a whole other video because I have some, I think, I don't want to say interesting. I think it's an opinion, I guess you could say, on investing. And it's very simple. I think it's very fucking simple. It does not need to be as complicated as people are making it. And I think it's the vast majority of investing content on the internet is wasting your time and actually sucking you into other things that are probably making you lose money or not making you make as much money as you could. That's besides the point. So the thing I'm more interested in is they were like, okay, we're going to see if you took your top 5 traded stocks, like, do you do better if you just trade your top 5 versus like taking, your whole list? Let's say you trade, 50 stocks in a given year. And what if, you normally trade Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Apple, and like Amazon? Well, if we just took those, because those are the ones you trade the most, how do you do if you just got rid of the data from the other guys? How would you do there? That's actually really interesting to me, specifically because that's actually kind of what I do. And I have tracked this myself. And I used to, or I still do, I'm always open to the idea of different stocks or different asset classes, but I'm always skeptical because I want the data to speak for itself. And so in my example, what I do is I literally trade a list of about like 8 to 10 large cap stocks. And those are like my go-tos. And I will trade the majority of the time on those. And as I gather more data and trade other stocks, other asset classes, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's futures, whether it's metals, it could be anything, other small cap stocks, I have data. It will take me more time to gather that data. But what I will do at the end of the year and say, okay, I've traded, 30 trades on Tesla, 10 trades on Apple, 15 trades on Nvidia, blah, blah, blah. And then I had a couple little stragglers here on these stocks, and the list goes on and on. And I'm like, okay, well, if I just got rid of those stocks, the ones that I didn't trade as much, would my results be better? And if they are, guess what? We're going to keep concentrating and focusing in next year on the list that I traded the past year that I did the best on, or that I did better on, because my numbers ultimately will be better in the grand scheme, the big picture. So when we bring it down to the results, like they tested this stuff and like, you could logically think, okay, wait, did they make more money if they specialize? I think a lot of us almost know in the back of our heads, like that's probably right. Like you probably would make more money if you specialize, but did they actually find that to be the case? And what they did find is that traders who short and those who concentrate in a few stocks are more likely to be successful. Now, shorting is a whole other piece, I guess, to the puzzle, but concentration in a few stocks, you are more likely to be successful. And it makes sense because you would get a better feel for those stocks or those assets. It doesn't have to be stocks. It could be any asset class. It could be, oh, I only trade the metals. That's it. Oh, I only trade indices. Oh, I only trade crypto. Whatever. I only trade large cap crypto. Whatever. You concentrate on those things, you have a better statistical chance of making money. Now, it's not saying you're going to make money because most people lose money in the first place, but you have a better chance, statistically speaking, to make money by doing so. And again, it makes sense because you would have a better understanding of those things. You're not going over here and saying, oh, how does oil do? And then how does this stock do? And then how does this penny stock do? And they all will have different correlations to each other, to similar stocks, to their sector, to the overall markets, different things. And so it's easier if you concentrate that down to focus and then ideally, right, to make more money. But of course, that's not a guarantee by any means. Where I believe there's more value than this, which is great information. Okay, I get it. But there's more value, and it's what I kind of alluded to earlier, was tracking your trades. Like if you track your trades, right, like I said, and I go at the end of the year, I go, okay, well, I traded, all these stocks or whatever, and here are the best ones, here are the worst ones. It's actually funny that the best ones I traded more, the worst ones I traded less. Great, maybe I can just eliminate those ones. Or I can go back and say, hey, for example, for me, over the past 6 to 8 months, I was noticing that Apple, because I was looking at my data on TradeZilla, subtle plug, I'll link them below. That's a tracking software where it literally can sync to your brokerage, track all your trades, and then you can go in and do your journaling, which is super easy, and then you have all your data right there, which is great. I went into TradeZilla and I was like, okay, let's check out Apple. And I found that Apple, I had actually been I had been unprofitable on, despite overall I was profitable for the span I looked at, but Apple I was not. And so I'm like, that's interesting. And I noticed that Apple, generally speaking, does not trade very well with my system. Like I don't trade Apple very well per my system, but other stocks I do trade well with that system. Is that a system problem? Or is it a simple, oh, I'm going to probably trade Apple less? Boom, solved. And now if I track my data without Apple, I would hope that I do slightly better. And then that's moving the needle just a little bit each time. So there you have it. Specialize and you'll make money. Not really. Don't take me seriously. It's not financial advice. Take it as you see fit. But I think it's worth trying. And you can use TradeZilla to track it. Link below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, and maybe even leave a comment. That would be crazy if you've tried this. Crazy stuff. Try it out.